and we want the fans out of their seat. We want to score goals. We want to give them, momentum on our side, and then on the flip side is when we don't have the ball, we got to be dogs.
chance for Marcinkowski. What a way to get your first goal of the season. And what a moment. VAR might have a look at the painful foul, though. They're checking that collision with...
Scenes. That's it. It's scenes in Frisco. Scenes out here in LA, too. What a weekend for FC Dallas and North Texas Soccer Club. Welcome, everyone, to Afterburn Soccer Show. I'm your host, Nathan. You can follow me at Afterburn Soccer, like it says over there. And with me, good friends. We're hoping to have a special guest tonight. That doesn't look like it's going to work, but it may or may not. But, of course, we got Mr. Couve over this way, if I can get my thumb right. And as well as our buddy Chris below at Cienfuentes and Jose at El Chico Carmona. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
What's up?
What an action-packed weekend. What a weekend that couldn't have gone any better for FC Dallas and for North Texas Soccer Club. So we're going to get into it. We hope folks who are watching will send in your comments or questions so they can shape the show. But we're going to jump right into it. And we'll start, of course, with FC Dallas. Coming back down after down by one goal, a Diego Fagundes goal that was just the kind of banger that he'll score from time to time. FC Dallas turned the page, and they got the 3 points at home. 2 goals. You saw the second one there. Patrickson Delgado with a rocket ship into that goal. But before that, it was Petar Musa with just his 18th goal to tie the single season scoring goal record for FC Dallas players. Just an incredible day, an incredible moment performance from FC Dallas. So let's start there, because this team, they got the win, which makes things a lot easier over these next 2 matches remaining in the season. So Jose, we'll start with you tonight. What were your thoughts on that FC Dallas win at home over the Los Angeles Galaxy?
Just very exciting performance from the team. They continued their good run of form. Even when they allowed that goal, I mean, it was a hell of a banger, but it seemed, I don't know, against the run of play to me, in all honesty, because I thought FC Dallas pretty much, other than that goal, they pretty much controlled the game. Even with that goal scored, I thought Musa would get his goal, and he did. And I called it last week. I said, hey, Musa's going to score, and then we'll be on, will he or won't he break the record watch the rest of the match? And that's exactly what happened. Of course, Delgado coming through. Delgado is one of those players where you're complaining about him 1 minute and praising him the next minute,
Absolutely. Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, I think he has uneven performances, but at the end of the day, his performances skewed towards better than bad as taken as a whole. So I'm pretty excited. I'm happy with what we got from the team, and I'm very excited for the last 2 matches. Looking forward to them.
Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty similar. I mean, obviously, you love to walk home with a win. I was just kind of looking at an analytics from like everyone's performance, and there was really only one person that had a poor performance on FOTMob, and that was Ibiaga. So I mean, that's kind of a great sign when everyone's in the green for the most part. Bernie actually highlighted as an 8.6, so that was kind of interesting. I thought he definitely played well. And yeah, I mean, obviously Musa, stud, Delgado had a great goal, a little bit up and down this season, but overall super pleased with just the run of form for this team as a whole over the past, few weeks.
And really one, too, I think, in this match where Musa would probably – we'll hear from him in a moment. I have a little clip from him. But, there were a couple opportunities he probably should have done better on. He probably might have had 2 or 3 goals even. I think that's one of the takeaways from this match, that the team still has some things to work on as far as being clinical in front of goal. Even, Bernie, I mean, you could argue, too, he could have had a goal in this. But at the end of the day, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, a win is a win is a win, and especially when playoffs are on the line. And I think the big piece we're all wondering is just other results, how they might shape things, impact things, and it's pretty clear at this stage. If FC Dallas can come out here to LA this coming Saturday night and they get a win, they're in the playoffs. Yeah, positioning might change a little bit. There might still be some room to maneuver, but they will have punched their ticket, and that puts them in control of their own destiny against a Galaxy team that they can beat. That's not been the best team in MLS by any measure. Certainly not a team you want to pretend you can walk into their own stadium and just get an easy win, but it's a doable task for them this weekend. So yeah, it's this season. I think I want to ask Colin, but I know he is looks like he's busy at work here. So Colin, let me know when you're ready. We can hear your perspective. You're ready now?
Yeah, 100% for the LA match.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
Man, I'll be honest. I got to the game a little bit late. I was walking up into the stadium, and I heard the stadium kind of just gasp whenever Fagundes scored that first goal. Once that first goal was scored, stadium went quiet for like maybe half a second, like maybe 5 seconds total, and it was just right back to it with the support, the drums. Support section was still loud. Didn't miss a beat, and the team on the field, they had that fire underneath them, backs on the wall, like let's go, let's get it, and it showed in the play. I mean, they were a lot more urgent with the ball. They were a lot more willing to go forward. They were willing to do the overlapping runs on the wings with Bernie and Shaq playing back in the natural right back position. The one thing that I saw that I didn't really care for was Shaq Moore not getting back after either being dispossessed or like hitting a bad cross. He would kind of just mope, not really mope, but like sit there for a second or two, and then just really go slow on the way back. And that cost FCD to get exposed multiple times because LA picked up on it and they started overlapping both Paintsill and Fagundes on their left, our right side. And it started absolutely just cooking our right side of the field, which Uragide started to slide over and help. Other than that, I mean, this team, with how we're playing right now and the momentum we have, I don't see any team in the West pulling us to the playoffs and not being scared. Whether it's the best of 3 and us playing 2 road games, because we're not going to play a home game. We're not going to be a home seed. And then them also, like, playing road games. And I mean, these teams that are at the top are teams that we at home played well against in these last 10 games. I mean, you got LAFC, you have Portland, you have Austin, all these teams that we even on the road played well against. So it's one of those things where if I'm another team in MLS, and I wouldn't have said this even 2 months ago, 2 to 3 months ago, but if you're another team in MLS and you see FC Dallas, I'd be a little bit worried. But I'm super confident going into playoffs. I'm just going to talk like we made playoffs too. I don't see a world where we somehow choke this, but knowing like I say that, we'll probably choke it. But those are my thoughts on it.
Oh, hey, welcome, Luis. First time on the show. figured out
What's
the
up,
Luis.
y'all? Hopefully, y'all can hear me.
We
Sorry for
can.
those
All right,
technical
nice.
difficulties. Yeah, never use this platform. I'm using all the other ones: Discord, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, everything in between. So, but
welcome. Well, let's jump right in. I mean, welcome to the show. But what were your reactions to the big win Saturday afternoon against Los Angeles Galaxy?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, to echo a lot of what Colin said, I mean, this team's hot right now. It was hot on the weekend there. Having a mid-afternoon game at this point in the season was kind of odd, considering just how, we don't really have those anymore like we used to in MLS of old. But in terms of the game, I mean, this team responds, right? These guys love going down and love getting back into games, and so we saw that again on Saturday. Preferably would like us to not concede first so many games in a row. But so far, I mean, in this eight unbeaten run, I mean, these guys just find ways to get results and set us up for a good little finish here. I mean, we're 3 points away from securing a playoff spot, so I'm excited. I thought the team played really well, and I think we're on track, guys. I think Musa's going to get it done here in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to have a little bit of history on our hands. So all in all, good. 8 games unbeaten, looking good.
Let's jump over here. Here is Musa after the game. I got a little clip from him in the locker room here from the FC Dallas crew. Here's what he said about that 18-goal mark.
It means a lot. It's nice, but for me, most important that we take 3 points today. Last game in the regular season at home, in front of our fans and family, and yeah, I'm very happy. But we have 2 more finals, and let's focus now on the next week.
I love it. I mean, I love how like pros, the best pro soccer players, they're short. Like they don't give you a novel, right? They just say, "Yeah, I'm happy, but I'm ready to win some more." You know, I love it. And I mean, I think this is the question. Like Musa has the potential here to go down as the best designated player signing in FC Dallas history. The dude just produces, and he's produced sometimes with a lineup that is not the best around him. You know, a lineup that has been inconsistent, and a coaching situation that's not always figuring out how to use him best. I mean, even his goal in this one, it was just fox in the box. It was just poacher. It just relentless. It was him. It was Musa. You know, and such a credit to him. And to have that opportunity to earn that 19 goals mark and kind of put his name in the record books for FC Dallas, it's a deserved thing. Now the only thing that makes me nervous is how long will he stay in Frisco, right? If he keeps doing this, right? How long will he be around with us? But got to give credit. Anyone want to jump on that?
Yeah, I think we're on, like I said, Pitar Musa watch here. He's having such an amazing year that he's going to draw attention, and the question is really, are the Hunts going to try to sell him? Which they like to sell players, so that's a concern for the fan base. But for now, I think we just have to enjoy what we have. Enjoy him while we have him. He's on a hot tear. Really, in the form that he's in, he's got 2 games to break the record. I think he's got it. I think we're just waiting to see when he does it. And my only question is, is it going to be 19 or 20, really? But yeah, I'm pretty pumped up, and I think we won't have him for much longer. I think summer's more realistic, but you never know. Hopefully they make an effort to keep him, and we have an open DP spot. Hopefully he gets running mate that's at his level next year.
Yeah, that's right. Well, let's jump over real quick now and listen to Eric Quill, head coach of FC Dallas, after the game too. I got a little snippet of his sort of comments about the response from the guys after going down to that early goal. Here's what he had to say.
Didn't like our start, obviously, knowing that the importance of this game. To come out and give up that first goal kind of, I think, shocked us a bit, and probably in a good way. But we did what we've been doing all year long, and we come back. and it woke us up, and we pushed hard in that first half to turn the tides. And I thought we forced in spells of possession. We were really forcing a lot of things to try to find goals because we know we have to win the game. That's what, when you give up a goal, it creates a sense of urgency, and sometimes that sense of urgency leads to panic decisions, technical errors, the game coming super fast at you. So I thought, but the competitiveness in them to find the goal. I mean, we were on top of them in the first half and doing what we wanted to do. What the game plan was to go downhill and suffocate them a bit and press them because they just played a Wednesday night, and just what a goal by Patrickson. I mean, to go 2-1 up at the half was huge for us and gave us that halftime lift versus going in 1-1 where you're who knows what your mindset is coming out. But I thought 2-1. We want to get the third. That was the message. Let's find the third, and don't let them creep back in this game late. They're known to come back late. So credit to, I mean, they that's a fighting team. Like I don't care where they sit in the table. That's a quality side and well coached, and they've got weapons that if you're. But I thought the subs came in and again everybody was fighting for the purpose, and I'm proud of that. Like collective cohesion behind the ball to do the dirty work and find a way to get it done.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one this weekend, and I think Quill gives credit to LA Galaxy, who are going to be tough in their home field, who are going to want to, give their fans something positive to kind of close out the season with. But the opportunities are there for this team to build on this and to do something special. The question I still have, I mean, it's just all season long. Is it? And of course, you go back in time, and when FC Dallas went and got Lucho Acosta, we were so excited. We were like, wow, we're going to be – I mean, who is this front office that's aggressive, that's going to spend on some guys, and a guy who's good, we know is a quality player. And then, to see the way it's gone. But you wonder now, what if we didn't? What if FC Dallas had just, hey, let's build around Musa and Farrington and roll with this? Would we have already cinched the playoff spots much earlier? You wonder what if, but maybe they had to go through that to find out who they really are under Quill. I don't know, but it's one of those questions, Colin.
I think my opinion is that it's not that much different than where we're at right now. Even had we not gone Acosta, if they hadn't gone after Acosta, we would have criticized this team to no end, the front office, for not having the balls to make that move. We would have been calling them out, saying, "Hey, you could afford him. You didn't get him." And don't forget all the injuries. Honestly, this team didn't start getting a roll till Kappa's joined, and provided that sense of stability in the midfield that we were missing. I mean, since Ilara left, not that he's at that level or anything like that, but he does provide a sense of calmness and control that was lacking in that midfield. You just see this midfield is completely different than the one we had in the first half of the season. And Acosta or not, I think we still would have struggles. Maybe not as bad as we had, but this team had a lot of issues outside of just Acosta.
Anyone else want to jump in there?
I mean, I'll jump in a little bit. I think it's so weird to see FC Dallas are one of two teams that only have one DP slot filled, the other being Toronto, and just to see us on the opposite end of the spectrum, right? Toronto doing terribly. Ever since we lost our number one DP signing this offseason, we've been doing really well. But to kind of piggyback off of what was just said, if you kind of look back at some of the results that FC Dallas had at the beginning part of the season, you had a result like Colorado away that was probably a three-pointer that got chalked off to that Logan offsides call. There was a bunch of games that like FC Dallas were just in and just drop points, especially at home early on. If this team it's just an average home team for the first half of the season, we're comfortably in the 6th, 5th spot. So I do think Lucho leaving really elevated this team in terms of more freedom in the offensive end and not feeling the need to just constantly force the ball into him. I think it's really elevated the games of people like Bernie, funny enough. Big Bernie critic for most of the season, but recently I think Bernie's found another level. since Lucho's gone. So and it shows. When you watch us going forward, it's just a lot more fluid, a lot less, again, just forcing it into one player, and I think it's paid dividends. And hopefully going forward here in the next few weeks, heading into the playoffs, we just continue to play at this pace. Because once we get into that first round of the playoffs, unfortunately, just given where we're at, we're gonna be playing one of the top teams in the league. So, just got to keep carrying that momentum and yeah, just keep going and hopefully um, hopefully we can cause a little upset, man. Like Colin said at the very beginning of this podcast, man, nobody wants to play FC Dallas right now. You know what I mean? Like we're the hottest team in the league, and who knows? We're playing with house money right now, right? So yeah, I'm excited for that first round of the playoffs. Of course, hoping that we do get in, which I think we will. But yeah.
What a roller coaster has been, and especially knowing that this team can be good, as good, if not the best away team in the league right now. Who wants to see us in the first round? And I think you point out San Diego. We might see San Diego, which was probably the worst away game for FC Dallas this season. Was just a disaster, and that might be that motivator for them to go out and be like, we're better than that. And we're at a different team now than we were then. And yeah, like as much as we have hated on and Ibiaga and Abubakar, who by all accounts are just wonderful human beings, who are just really nice guys in the locker room. But just we placed all the blame on them when they were just the receiving end of a formation that really wasn't working and a system that wasn't working and was placing stress on them over and over again. And now they look like completely serviceable center backs in this setup with a team around them that's putting in their hard work as well. Like it's what a wild season this has been. What a wild season, and it's not over yet.
Well, come on now. Let's not give too much credit. It all has to do with Urogita being back.
Oh, sure.
Him being
That's
back fixes a lot of issues with that defense. It's not a coincidence that when he was gone, we suffered badly in the back line. Night and day when he's back there. Having him back, having Kamungo and Delgado elevate their games in the second half of the season, and the addition of Kappas, this is just a complete different team. It hard to believe that this is the same team from just 2 months ago. Um, it's 2 months ago. It's a completely different story. And fast forward to today, and we're on the road next against the LA Galaxy team that is not a very strong home team. They've only won 2 of their last 5 home matches, and those 2 wins were against the slumping Colorado Rapids and Sporting KC. Two Your 2 bottom dwellers, So FC Dallas has a real legit chance to go there and grab 3 points, and that should be the goal. This team is hot. They need to just go in there and hopefully pick up where they left off this match and not, they've already scored us at home. Hopefully they can just pick up from there and not let them score again.
I didn't want to derail things. Is anybody a little nervous about that, like making playoffs? Like I know obviously we kind of coming into the season, no expectations. We're a completely different team. Like Luis said, we're playing with house money. But like just looking at our schedule, obviously we play Galaxy next week or this week. Following that, we play Vancouver, I believe, and
That's
they're
correct.
at 2. They're currently tied for first, so they might be trying to jostle for position with the last few games on their schedule. Is it kind of and then the 2 teams below us, I think, are Real Salt Lake, who has 40, Colorado, who has 40 points as well. Is there any sort of nervousness, like somehow we win this week's game, we lose next week's, and then we just like miss out on points? Like, is anyone else kind of feeling that right now?
Well, I'm not too worried about it because if we win, we're in. Like if we win against the Galaxy, there's no like foreseeable thing where we're not in the playoffs. Obviously, it would be a huge difference between that play-in game and the and then like being in or out of that play-in game, depending on how the results go. What was it? Austin of all people, he sent me a list of he sent me a list of, it was like 4 pages on this Google Doc of all, like, if all the results around us go this way and we get these points, how does this look like? And the worst case scenario, if we win against LA, is even if we lose against Vancouver and the people below us, RSL, Colorado, they win out, we still make playoffs. So it's one of those things where it's like, because we have the game in hand. So it's one of those things where if we win against LA, we're in. So,
Gotcha.
it's one of those things where I'm not worried about making playoffs. It's just typical FCD to get hot at the end of the season, look really good on the road and even at home, get in the playoffs, have a really nice hot streak, and then come out that first game and look absolutely garbage. I mean, Seattle in the best of 3 with Nico. I mean, we were doing pretty well into the season, a little bit of a slump, but we ended up picking it up. First game in Seattle wasn't the worst performance. For second game at home against Seattle, we smoked them 3-1, 2-1. Like, it was very much so we were dominating that game. And then we go and put up 1 shot in the 90th minute after we go down 1-0 to lose. So it's one of those things where, like, I could definitely see us with that best of 3 format if we make it there. Obviously, if we win the play-in, if we're in that position, I can see us in that best of 3 having 1 bad result. And even though we're a fight-back team, we might wait too late to fight back. And that is the one thing that I'm nervous about. Other than that, I think it's just going to be a fact of we're playing against the best of the best in the West, and we just get outplayed. I mean, playing on the road to Vancouver always bites us. Playing on the road to San Diego, so far in our history, the one time we've done it, we got absolutely clobbered. So it's one of those things where, we have that chip on our shoulder, and we still got that dog mentality, whatever, from the beginning of the season. But it's one of those things we actually have to put it into motion, and we actually have to keep building upon the momentum. You can kind of tell the reason we went down against the Galaxy. I mean, sure, great goal from Fagundes, but those first 5 minutes, we had the opening sequence, where I think we hit the post, or it was very close to going in, that first little shot sequence we had. But look what happened in Portland. I mean, we could have easily got those 3 points in Portland if someone can hit the target. If Bernie buries his shot, if Farrington buries his, I believe that 3 shots we had in the 30-second span, if we bury one of those, we walk out of there with 3 points, and we're already in playoffs, and we don't have to worry about seeding. So it's one of those things where I think we have to look back. We have to be careful and cautious, of course. But we still have to go out and play our game. We can't sit here and be nervous about it. So
Yeah, I want to jump on and say that FC Dallas holds their destiny in their hands. They got the game in hand. This is where you want to be. I mean, I'll take this. I'll take this position that this team is in, and Daily Archives there. Uh, sure, any of the top teams should be able to play us off the park, but with this team in the form they are, and with nothing to lose, get into playoffs. You don't want to face a team like that. You want a team that's snuck in and slumping. I mean, you want to play like Portland, someone like that. That is, you know, may still get in, but isn't in the best of form. Uh, haven't been for most of the year. You'd want them. You want Colorado, who's struggling right now with their mid-season sales and bringing in new players. Uh, just you have teams you want to see, and then you have teams that are kicking into high gear, going into and that's FC Dallas right now. They're kicking into high gear, and yes, we'll be underdogs against whoever the team plays. But at the end of the day, of any of the seeds 5 through 8, FC Dallas is the last team you want to see right now, and Dallas should play that way. This team, it's not MLS Cup team, but it's a team that right now is playing like they can beat anybody on any given day, and it's kind of exciting right now. I'm pretty pumped up. I mean, I'll choose this team as far as they go, even if it's a one and done. I'm still going to be happy because, like I said, just several months ago, we were miserable. So yeah, I'm down for it. I'm hope this team makes the playoffs, because I think if they make the playoffs, this means that the offseason there shouldn't be that big of a shakeup. There, where the holes are. Bring in a couple more Quills guys, and this team this should be step one. sneak into the playoffs this year and then build on that next year. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, some of the matchups, they're going to be tough. I mean, and I don't think fans were thinking, oh, FC Dallas is going to make it this way to the Cup. I mean, if they do, then build Quill a statue. Let's just get it going. But, but but on the other hand, just from where we were, just making the playoffs is a big achievement and gives us hope because it was mid-season that we were wondering if Eric Quill was the right choice. If Quill
we were just having that conversation, yes.
Yeah, and the roster building, whether the front office, we had competent guys and stuff like that, and now we're like, hey, there are pieces here. We have a coach here who can get something out of these guys. There is an identity here to build upon, and I think even if we're first round exit, it's still something to say we went from nothing. We went from out of the playoffs to something. So it's something to build upon. I mean, but let's not kid ourselves. LAFC is a great team. They're going to be tough to beat. Vancouver, that last match of the season, I'm hoping that's what you got to win this weekend. If not, it's going to be tough against Vancouver because Vancouver likely is going to be playing for maybe the top spot. I mean, and so they're going to want to lock that up, and they have been such a good team. But LAFC has been a good team. I mean, so it's going to be tight. So they've got to take their opportunity this weekend.
I mean, Vancouver's a potential, first round matchup. So you got to take it in stride. Yes, they're going to be dangerous, but you get a game in against them and fill them out and see what works, what doesn't work. So, I mean, I think it's kind of exciting. It's a playoff match, really, if you think about it, especially if FC Dallas gets a win against the Galaxy. Then the match with Vancouver is strictly for positioning. And like I said, practically a playoff preview match. So I think that's a match where you go in and show them that you're not scared of them. And like I said, I think this team is maybe they won't advance, but they're definitely going to give somebody a scare.
All right, well, let's shift from FC Dallas. Appreciate your comments, Daily Archives. I really appreciate it. And we have that nice argument about the playoffs. And if you want to get into the weirder one, it's when you look down at MLS Next Pro and with their playoff situation, it's a wild setup. And we have no idea who North Texas is going to play. But that's the good news. I rolled into LA on Sunday afternoon to the new USC Rawlinson Stadium, a new soccer stadium they just finished, which will be LAFC 2's home. A beautiful little venue, and for the first 45 minutes, this was North Texas's season. You got talent on the field, you got some talented guys, but they give up 2 good goals, great goals really, but just like this isn't working. This is not working, and it looked like doom, dismal. And then all of a sudden, that second half, around the 60th minute mark, it just shifted, and it shifted in such an epic way. It was just such a fun match to watch as Sam Sarver got his hat trick to close out the regular season. North Texas secures that playoff spot. They jumped to 6th place, actually, which is a huge swing from where they were facing, like missing the playoffs. It's just so much fun to watch these kids, even if it's still a work in progress. I have some audio here. Let's try to play it if we can. Here's what Gall had to say really quickly after the match.
All season, to be honest. We started the game slowly. I wasn't too happy with the first half. I think it's one of those things where, we have a couple of players that don't train with us very much and they come into the team, and I'm not certainly blaming anybody, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult to kind of find your feet, get a rhythm. And I thought the first half was a bit of a challenge. And of course, when you go 2-0 down at halftime, one of the messages was that 2-0 is a really dangerous score in football. And I felt that LAFC could, take their foot off the gas. Obviously, they're not in the playoffs. They really have too much to play for besides some pride and things of that nature. So we talked about getting on the front foot. I mean, we started the half tremendously well, and I kind of had a really good feeling that we were going to nab a goal. And I think if we could nab a goal, I felt that we could go on and win the game. We knew, obviously, that Austin was 1-0 up, then it was 1-1, then it was 2-1, and of course we try to keep that away from the players, but we as a coaching staff needed to know exactly where we were at, even though we need to take care of our business. We tweaked a little bit in terms of kind of how we pressed them, because we knew that we weren't pressing them very well in the first half. I put Jaden in as a number 9, and that kind of helped us a little bit in terms of giving them a little bit more of a problem. And then, of course, it's down to players stepping up. Sam scoring his goals, Diego chipping in. But I was really, really happy with just the feeling that I had on the sideline as the coach of the team, that they responded in the things that I asked them to do. So a couple of tactical tweaks, but more importantly, just that belief and that courage to go forward and go get what's ours, because we talked about this going into this game, that it's our playoff spot. We're going to go get it. We're going to take it. And just super proud of the boys now.
Oh, Chris, what were your thoughts on this 4-2 comeback victory for North Texas over LAFC2?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. After the first half, I was definitely down in the dumps. I was fully expecting this to be one of those games that it was like, North Texas needs to win. They're in. And then just, unfortunately just don't show up for whatever reason. Things happen. And in the second half, I mean, I really think, and you highlighted this in the press conference with the addition of Anthony Ramirez, I thought his, substitution into the game really kind of opened up Diego Garcia, as well as Sam Sarver, to just be able to get, past the defenders. And Diego was a little bit more creative. So I was super pleased by that. And I think moving forward, they need to have, he's on a little bit of a minutes restriction. They need to have him on the field. Like, he is just, him and Garcia both are just so creative at the final third that, it's going to do wonders for their playoff, their chances in the playoffs. But yeah, I was pleased overall. I thought Harms played well. Obviously he gives up the 2 goals, but like we were saying before the show, those were both great shots. I mean, it was just one of those things that it just didn't go your way, So, overall, pleased, happy about it, and ready for the postseason. See how that goes.
Jose, your thoughts on that win?
Sure. Watching that first half, it reminded me that there's a lot of traveling in this league, and if I've ever seen a jet lag team, North Texas looked jet lagged. They lacked quickness. I mean, they were pushing hard. They were. I'm not ripping on them for. You could tell they were running hard, but they just lacked any quickness or explosiveness in the first half. They just were lacking something, and it was so obvious. LAFC looked like the much better team, and thankfully in second half, with of course some tweaks here and there, and suddenly the team wasn't looking like they were running in mud anymore. They snapped out of it, and then you saw that there is a gap between these two teams, which wasn't obvious in the first half. That's my big takeaway is just a reminder. These teams travel a lot, and jet lag's a real issue. Traveling, there's the reason why it's tough to win in MLS. It shouldn't be any different in MLS Next Pro. Traveling takes a toll, and I honestly thought this team looked jet lagged in the first half. I'm so glad they snapped out of it, and they simply, once they scored, you could just see that they knew they were back, and then they just put it on LAFC2. It's a shame we had to wait a full half to get it, but I'm very happy. And yeah, I think St. Louis or will call out North Texas, them or Real Monarchs. They both had our number, and if you're a good team and you have the number of one of the bottom teams, you want to go after them, especially if you think that they may be a threat later. So I think I expect St. Louis to call out North Texas. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the matchup.
Yeah. The MLS Next Pro Playoffs, it's not the seeding. It's, the top seed gets to pick their opponent, and it goes down the list. Like, that is kind of weird and wacky. But that means that this is going to have to wait and see.
And I want to add that, it doesn't matter who we play. I don't know what North Texas team is going to show up. I have no clue, because this team has been – it's been very unpredictable. Those 2 halves are like a microcosm of this season.
Absolutely.
Where this team generally will play really good one game and then disappear the next game, and they did it in 2 halves here. So who knows who we'll get? Jekyll or Hyde in the playoffs, but I'm kind of excited to see it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Luis, any comments on North Texas? I don't know if they're on your radar a lot or.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd be lying if I said I watched the game last night. I did watch all the highlights on Twitter. I mean, Sam Sarver's a beast, dude. I was really hoping to get more playing time in the first team. But listen, this team, I mean, I was just looking, just to kind of get my lay of the land here. This team finished the season, 11, 6, and 11. I mean, pretty standard stuff. But the funny thing about them is, look at their goal difference. They have -10 goal difference. If you look at all the teams around them, it's pretty interesting. But I do remember some of those early results in the season where they were getting battered. So that could be that. But listen, I'm excited. I'll tune in. I like the playoff format of MLS Next Pro. You mentioned the wackiness of it. I do like it. I think it's you see it in certain esports that I follow as well. So I like that sort of picking your opponent. If you finish first, you get to pick who you want to play. You know what I mean? I kind of like that. So I'll be tuning in for the playoffs. If they do play St. Louis, good luck to them. They look, I mean, all their numbers across the board look fantastic. But man, I'm hoping for next season more Sam Sarver in the first team. Okay, I know he got a couple minutes there and at the end of a couple games, but let's see if next season we can see him in the first team more often.
The dude, I mean, and these are my Sam Sarver stories from the day. I mean, he just is such an intense guy. But so one of the stories is, of course, that he scores his first goal, and actually he could have scored in the first half. I mean, he had an opportunity, and really he could have scored like 6 goals. I mean, which it would have been insane. But he missed a PK.
Yeah, that missed PK.
Yeah, PK got blocked. He really had another chance late, at least, that he could have put in. It's just the dude was ready to go, and he's so intense. So one thing is the fans around me, and of course there were a few North Texas fans kind of scattered in, but it was clear too. LAFC2 started putting in some of their young players, and I think which shifted things a little bit toward North Texas as well. So there were some family members there who were just like, "Hey, score a goal, son," And then, but as Sarver started going off, those fans first were mad. Were like, "Cover the guy, cover him. Why aren't you covering?" And then as he scored again and again, they were like, "Oh, like this kid's good. This guy is something special." And then the little story I highlighted a little bit in the blog, but just after the game, Sam was going down. In fact, a group of LAFC2 fans said, "Come and take a picture with us," and they gave him a nickname, El Chipolito or something like that. I don't know, because he was running around everywhere. And they were just so impressed. They wanted a photo with him. And it was just really cool. But then he goes down the line, and there's a guy there who introduces himself as Dennis Bouanga's manager of some kind. I don't know, social media manager or what, who was there at the game and was texting Dennis Bouanga as Sam Sarver went off and was basically like, "You got to check this guy out." And so they, right there, and I'm standing there trying not to eavesdrop like a creep, but I'm standing there waiting for the post-game press conference, and then they end up FaceTiming Bouanga and Sam Sarver, and Sam Sarver even says, "Hey, if you score a goal tonight, do a celebration. I based my celebration off yours and stuff." It was a really cool little moment for Sam. I asked him about it in the press conference too, and he just talked about how Bouanga was one of his favorite players to watch, and when he was in college, and and watching MLS and stuff. So it's just a really cool, a little human moment, but also a moment that just what Sam Sarver did on Sunday afternoon was just it's a sign of this kid has something special. And so yeah, I agree with you, Luis. I think I want to see him more with FC Dallas coming in next year. Clearly he's needed with North Texas right now, maybe if they want to make a run of any kind. But what a performance. Just what a special player.
Yeah, I want to add that I think a Chapulito sounds like like they're trying to call him like the little grasshopper or something like that.
Yes, that's it. They said because you're jumping all over the field.
Yep, he was jumping all over the field out of nowhere. So yeah, it's a good little nickname for him.
Yeah, maybe something we need to build upon.
I was going to say real quick, just to add on real quick to Jose's comment about who North Texas ends up getting matched up against. I think St. Louis seems to be kind of the favorite. I mean, St. Louis has had North Texas' number all season, 3 wins, goal differential of 5 total in those games. As a whole, North Texas has a goal differential of -10. I think the only thing that goes in their favor is I think the only team that's been worse as far as like a recent form would probably be Ventura County. I think St. Louis either goes Ventura County or just go ahead and says like, let's try and beat North Texas for a fourth time this season and picks us. But if we don't end up getting St. Louis, I think we end up getting Colorado actually, because Colorado's had our number as well a bit. I think 2 wins and a draw, pretty high goal differential in those games.
True.
But man, I honestly, I just really hope it's not St. Louis, because I think with a guy like Sam Sarver, you had the potential to beat really anyone in this league. I mean, even with St. Louis, I think it could be a lot closer, but I'm just really hoping not St. Louis, Jose.
All right. Well, look, let's close out the show. Let's obviously we don't know who North Texas is, so we don't have to do predictions for them. We'll find out later this week who they are going to match up with and kind of what that schedule looks like in the next couple of weeks here. But it's FC Dallas coming out here to Los Angeles Galaxy. I'll be at the game. I'll be covering it in person and trying to get a feel for what's going on, and hopefully it's a joyful night that FC Dallas closes things out. But I'm just curious what you guys think right now, what your sense, what your gut is. Obviously, a draw is still a point, it's still valuable, and Dallas certainly, I don't think, even if they lose, is not necessarily out of it. And a draw probably keeps them still in position if they can make something happen in Vancouver. But obviously, a win would guarantee them the spot. So let's do, Colin, you ready? What do you think the prediction is going to be on Saturday evening?
Well, I mean, I look at LA, and they're going to be without Paintsville. Paintsville has an important game this Wednesday in for Ghana for the World Cup qualifiers, so Paintsville will be gone. Miller, who played in the midfield for them, got the assist for the Fagundes goal. He'll be gone on international duty for the youth national team for the U.S. And then their first sub off the bench in the second half, he'll also be gone. So they're going to be missing even more players. Peck could come back theoretically, but I doubt, with them having nothing to play for, he comes out and plays. Most likely just save his legs, save him from not getting injured before going into the offseason if I was them. And I'm hoping that's what they do. It's going to be a weaker LA side than what we've faced. I mean, maybe Yamane starts at right back, and that would be really the only change. Maybe a different goalkeeper instead of JT Marcinkowski. I mean, like, the LA team we played last weekend is the same LA team we're going to play this weekend. Granted, could something funky happen? Sure, it's MLS, you never know. But I think it's one of those things where the Galaxy are already a bad team. They're getting worse by losing their best player that's currently healthy. They're losing their midfield pieces, which they barely had a bench to play against us. They had, I think, a bench of like 7 or 8, like right at the minimum. So they're going to have to pull players either from Ventura County. I believe that's their affiliate. They're going to have to pull players from that and play with legit next pro players that probably might have that 2-way contract, or they might sign them on loan for like the day, for just game day, and play short, or they might just play short. And if they do, this is a team that Dallas, this is, again, it's going to bite me in the butt if we somehow lose this or don't draw, but this is a team that you look at how we played Sunday at home or Saturday at home, and you look at how we've been playing. There's no foreseeable result, in my opinion, on paper and on the field, that we lose this game. As long as we get a win, we're in. I think the boys and Quill will know that, obviously. Quill's going to be preaching that all week, like, hey, we control our destiny, win this game, we're in. And that's something that the guy said in the post-match press conferences and social media posts for Garrett and Ryan and them was, we control our destiny. We went down early, and it was like an oh crap moment. Like, we got to regain this and not lose our heads. And they were able to get the 3 points at home. So the things where if we go down early on the road, I think we might stay down for a lot longer. But it's one of those things. I don't think we lose that game to LA. I'm predicting a 3-0 win. I don't see Miguel Berry or Fagundes getting lucky twice. That lightning strike does not happen more than once every 2 months. It didn't happen in Austin when he had his best years. It won't happen for LA. I think we win 3-0 on the road.
All right, 3-0 on the road. All right, Luis, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to echo a lot of what Colin said. Like you said, no Paintsville for the weekend as well. So I'm feeling really confident. I think 3-1, 4-1. I think we will concede a goal on the road here, but I think we'll end this weekend with Petar Musa breaking 20 goals. First player in FC Dallas history. Book it this weekend. So at least a brace. Listen, if we're going to go, hat tricks have been a theme of late in and around this soccer world in North Texas. So you can't rule that out. But I think he'll get a brace. I think he'll hit the 20 goal mark. And of course, it's remarkable to be hitting these sorts of numbers with him playing on two of not even close to being some of the best FCL scenes we've seen. And so, yeah, very confident. I mean, these guys, again, nothing to play for. Yeah, I'm feeling super confident. And it's basically our playoff game, win and you're in sort of thing. So I'll go 3-1. And I think Musa has 2 goals. And I think Bernie also gets on the scoreboard. So those are my goal scorers. And yeah, we'll be playoff bound.
Nice. Jose?
I'm going to go with a repeat 2-1. I'm down for a Petar Musa brace. Excuse me. 2-1. I think this team, they sound confident even. I think they'll have enough going for them to pull through, get the 3 points, and then cruise into Vancouver looking for positioning.
Fantastic. All right, Chris?
I think I'm going to round it out with 2-0. I think it's going to be similar to what most people are saying here. It's going to be a pretty, I'll say relatively easy game, but I still think being on the road, I think that kind of hinders us a little bit. I actually think Musa gets the brace, and we get 3 points and hit the playoffs.
You took my thunder. I was going to go 2-0 because I do think Dallas is going to come in really, really focused. I mean, this is going to be – because I still don't think – Quill has said it in a couple of these recent matches. Oh, we've played the best game of our year so far as all sides of all phases of play, both halves. And I think we're going to see one of the best performances, if not the best of the year, of just a complete performance and energy and focus. 2-0 on the road. Not that it's going to be easy, and not that Galaxy aren't going to have some surprises and put us under pressure, as they did on Saturday afternoon. But it's going to be it's going to be fun. At some point, Galaxy are gonna they're going to have a big bang called Petar Musa. All right. Okay.
But
anyway,
before we leave, can I ask just one random question?
Sure.
Just want to get y'all's thoughts on this. I've been talking about it in some group chats for FC Dallas. If this Petar Musa played on the 2016 FC Dallas team, how many goals would he score in a season? I need answers. Okay? These answers are really important. Okay, it'll help me win arguments. So.
I don't know, man. He'd have Mauro Diaz feeding him, and we wouldn't have Maxi Rudy up front. So it'd be, I mean, Maxi at that season I think had like 11 or 12 goals, and he wasn't really a finisher. I mean, we have Petar Musa up there. I think he bags easily like 33, 34.
Gosh.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
I think you have to say I'm not going to go that high. I'm not going to say he's going to go that high, but I will say I see him around 24 goals, but he'll have about 12 assists on a team like that. He would be a 2010 guy, easy.
Mm. Yeah. Gosh, that's a great question. That's a great thing to wonder about, just because too, like, really, you could argue he should be already at 25, 28 goals this season, if not for
if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, injury, and also if the whole Lucha was working as it should have, like the fact that he's in 20 goals with just the service that he is lacking. I mean, what a thing. That's a great question. That's a great question. Just joining us there late. And hey, shout out to Martin Paz too, who FC Dallas put in the press release. I guess he's healthy again. He was on the bench, but he is getting called up to Indonesia, who have their next 2 World Cup qualifying. What a great thing it'd be for FC Dallas if Paz could get Indonesia into the World Cup. I mean, we could we have 2 other keepers now that we could probably turn to if we needed to sell him on. But also how much fun it'd be for FC Dallas to be able to market that coming up on this year. Gosh, let's hope. Let's hope that Indonesia. I don't know. They got a tough road. You get Saudi Arabia, then Iraq, so it's going to be tough on that. All right, lots of love being shared here. Oh, Luis, thank you for joining us today. Jose, Chris, Colin, we need to close it up there. Close out the night. I got to go celebrate my wife's birthday. Have some fun. And hey, I think it's right. This weekend, it's a playoff game for FC Dallas. Win, and they're in, and they continue on. What a season it's been. All right. Appreciate everybody. Of course, I'll be posting the audio. Look for it. Afterburn Soccer Show, wherever you find podcasts. Like, subscribe, enjoy the week. Get ready for what should be another fun week of FC Dallas and North Texas action ahead. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.